Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. All right, so feeling pretty good, man. Just got to talking to my sis, and I want to share something that she shared with me. It's an acronym for FEAR. It's false evidence appearing real. And you know, we can believe those fears are meant to hold us back, or we can see those fears as challenges and use our faith to ultimately pass through those fears. Do what you need to do, whether you're scared or not. And the best example of that in my most recent history right now is just me telling myself I couldn't drive that U-Haul. Y'all saw me going through that process. I went through that process on this camera. I was like, you know what? I haven't been behind the wheel. I know I'm a good driver, but I haven't been behind the wheel in so long. I just don't think it'd be smart for me to get behind the wheel, blah, blah, blah. I've never driven a U-Haul, never driven a van. I gave myself every excuse to believe the fear. But at the end of the day, once I got behind the wheel, not only did I feel comfortable, I felt good. I like driving. I forgot how much I enjoy maneuvering a vehicle. I forgot how much I enjoy the process of being able to move back and forth as normal humans do. And that I have confidence driving. I didn't have no problem driving that van. In fact, I could argue the best parallel park job I've ever done was done in that van that day. Same day I was telling myself I couldn't drive was the same day I was able to properly parallel park a van, for which I never driven anything that big, you know, right in front of the house, in between two vehicles. You know what I mean? That's never been my strength. But I remembered, not only did I remember that I know how to drive, but I remember the pointers that my boy Farai gave me. I think it was Farai who taught me how to parallel park. It was either Farai or Tendai. But they were telling me exactly how to line up the car, how to make sure that I get it right. And I don't think I had been behind the wheel since they told me that. But all of the different lessons that they had taught me in regards to that had rushed back into my mind. And I parked the car just fine. And so these are the type of things that help you understand that fear, you know, those fears aren't real, man. You may have a healthy fear if it's telling you not to go too far over a cliff or something like that. Of course, you would trust your instincts. But as it pertains to things that are telling you you can't, you will not, you cannot succeed, those are things that are also in place to try to hold you back and keep you in place. Not necessarily something that's meant to make you be better, or nothing that's going to make you otherwise grow or even allow you to accomplish what it is that you are also ultimately meant to accomplish, if not for the enemy inserting the fear into your mind. So I just wanted to give you guys that little bit of love that my sister shared with me just now, checking in on me. I feel so appreciative that my sister is showing love. I'm trying to get to a point where I answer the phone more and just feel more comfortable when people call me, because a lot of times when people I don't know very well call, I feel uncomfortable. But now that I'm going through this, that's the opposite. Now my sister called, I was happy to see the phone. Oh, Diane calling me, pick up the phone, because you just have a better appreciation for people who love you when you're going through what it is that I'm going through. It's like, it's not about you coddling yourself. You need all the support you can get. You need all the mental support. You need my financial support. You need every bit of support. And she was giving me all of the love and just giving me the understanding that I can overcome this here head of mine that ultimately gives me all kinds of different fears, all kinds of different negativity from which to work naturally. So that was a really, really fruitful conversation, as it always is when I speak to my sister. And I love her very much, man. And I'm glad we're getting closer so she can know what's in my heart for her. She knows I'm not one of these funny people that's going to be looking to let me get some money. No. I'm about the same thing that our father was about, and that's our family. And I just haven't done a good job of conditioning myself to be present in people's lives based on the norms that I have. But I was raised by a mother who put her family first, which is what I'm benefiting from in a way right now because of the love that she and the consistency she applied to them. They know who she was, you know what I mean? And thus it can trickle down to me to where they don't know me that well, but they know my roots. It's the same thing my mother's friend told me, Pat. Salute to Pat. I love her very much. She's also always checking in on me, making sure I'm straight. Sent me some money as well. I love my mother's friends, and everybody that's been a friend to her has been a friend to me. Even though my mom's been gone for over 8 years now, you can still see the loyalty applied to her based on how they're pointing it at me. And so that's just one more thing that just helps me understand the fruit of being a better person than I've been, to be a better friend, to be a better family member, to answer the phone, to check on people, to make sure they're good, and to not allow myself to think that I can be okay without caring as much about whether or not those relationships are cultivated properly from within myself. I too want to have kids someday. I too want people to treat my people the way that my mom's people are treating me when I'm no longer able to tell them that this person's to be co-signed. I want them to trust that I raised this person, and I raised them with the morals that you trust me with, and that they have carried those morals with them. So that's what my mom has done. She's left, and I can feel it. I can feel it right now. She's left a certain level of protection over me by way of the love that she instilled in everyone around her. So now they give me the benefit of the doubt when I am not somebody they know like that. They give that to me. And so I want to encourage y'all to do the same thing. Treat people right. Be close to your loved ones. Speak of your children highly. You know, I think that's also part of it. You want to make sure that people have a good idea of who it is that you're raising and stuff like that. So if you're not around, they'll take care of them, you know, if they need that taken care of, or just, you know, whatever they will need, you know. Hopefully they don't need as much as I've needed this era of my life, but it's just the same that I've needed, that I've known that I have it, and I can show appreciation not only to those people, but I know that I didn't cultivate those relationships. It's now time to do so. It was my mother that cultivated those relationships. It was my mother that had a good reputation. It was my mother that ultimately let those people know that her son was somebody that she loved so much, that they understood how important I was to her, so that now they show love to me. So I'm just a very thankful person, man, for the love that I've been shown from my family, people who don't really know me that well, but definitely knew my mom, and they trust those roots that I am from. And so I hope that you have all that you need in your life, and I also hope that you're able to have a good family as well. But if for some reason you don't, you could be the beginning of something. You know, not everybody has good people in their lives, but you can be a good person, and you can start this process. You know what I mean? To where all the people that come from you are going to be attached to your reputation, and they will be given favor in life because of what it is that you do in life. So that's what I want to say, man. This ain't going to be that long of a video because I'm about to go and get set up with the lift program right now. I think I'll go with the middle mileage, I guess is what I'll say, because they have a mileage program where you prorate your mileage. You can get 25 miles free for the week, but then after that, you're $22 per 25 miles with Lyft. Don't think that's the best thing for me, given the fact that I'll probably be coming home every night further than maybe an 8-mile distance each night off the grid in regards to being off of their app. So if that's the case, I'll probably want somewhere around 100 miles given to me per week of free miles, especially since I don't know exactly where this is going to be headed. I do know I'll be here this next coming week, but the week after that, a lot of things have to fall into place in order for me to be able to afford that week. So if for some reason things don't fall into place, at least I'll have a little extra mileage to put toward myself in regards to wherever I have to put myself in my stuff. So that's really what it is, man. I don't expect I will need a lot of miles this week, so that may not apply to this week. But nevertheless, if I get a certain amount now, I can kind of gauge what it is that I ultimately used, and then from there have a better understanding of what to expect in regards to what I'll need. So that's what's on my mind, man. Things are falling into place. I think I'm gonna go get set up for that lift program now. Hopefully I can get my car tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then I think the next thing they said was Thursday. So I think I want to get into it tomorrow. I don't know that spending too many days like this is the best way for me, and spending all day in the hotel, that's just not the way you want to go. Even though I have gotten some very good things accomplished today, including even more art that I just completed. Not quite as good as the last batch, but you know, today's been an art day. So yeah, I just feel like a lot of love has come my way, man. A lot of lessons are learned in this circumstance. I was telling my sister about my bad spending, and she was giving me pointers. And of course, you don't know this now, but she does financial literacy. So she kind of helped me with understanding how to discipline myself mentally to spend below my means, so that I can save my money. And you know, it's like, these are good reminders, even though these are things that we understand. It's one thing to understand them, it's another thing to be given an understanding of what it is that will ultimately work for you. It's like, okay, yes, saving money makes sense, but if you discipline yourself to not spend as much, you know what I mean, word it a certain way so that it can sink. And that's really what it is, because I was spending for convenience, spending for the wrong reasons, and ultimately spending too much this last day or so. So yeah, man, that's what I want to say. I just wanted to give you guys that energy while it was fresh in my mind and heart. Again, I thank my sister for being here for me, Diane. I love you so much. I wish that I could have shown it all this time, but with whatever time I have left, I want my family to see that I not only appreciate them when I'm going through it, but I also appreciate them when I get on my feet. And I do plan on getting on my feet. You know, even though I made a video last night talking about I was feeling like quitting, that's ultimately part of the process of going through what it is I'm going through. You're going to have times where you don't feel as strong. Just like I said, in the moment, you got to get through those moments so you can get to moments like this where you feel the love and things are okay because people have come through, or whatever the solution would be for you. But yeah, man, I don't take my situation for granted as it pertains to the support I've been receiving, and I want to acknowledge and pray for all of those who don't have it. And I hope that people don't think that I'm gloating about how good I have it when you're not, when you maybe don't feel that you have that. You can become that. You know what I mean? You can become it. For what you are not, you can become in regards to goodness. Never forget that. So that's what I got. My name is BDF 44. I thank you all for watching. I'm out.